what's going on, guys? So today I kind of wanted to just kind of sit down with you guys and chit chat. This whole week, I'm gonna be talking about pretty much everything in detail, but this whole week I've been kind of taking a break from vlogging. As most of you know, I just got back from my Georgia trip last Tuesday. For me, it's Saturday. Hopefully I'll have this up by Monday. So it's been almost a week since I've been home. So I'm adjusted again. Things are back to normal. Things feel good. But I had a couple of things to show you guys. So for the first part of the video, I did vlog a little bit. We ended up doing a couple of things throughout the week that I thought were vlog worthy. So I'm going to be throwing in clips during the beginning of this video. And then for the second half of the video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about my Georgia trip and just my experience with the casting call overall. So if you guys want to hear what I have to say, then please keep watching. Alright, so I'm gonna actually refer to my phone, this is my vlogging camera in case you're curious. If you want to get started on YouTube, I tell people all the time not to go and buy a fancy schmancy camera until, you know, eventually you want to upgrade your equipment, but please don't feel like you have to. Alright, so let's go back to our first clip this year. Okay, so this year. On my phone. So my husband and I got back Tuesday night. I got back around 5, and the day that I got back was actually my father-in-law's birthday, and they were gonna have a birthday dinner and a cake for him that night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have been running off of 2 hours of sleep. I just drove 22 hours home. The last thing that I wanted to do is go anywhere, to be honest, but I love my father-in-law so much. He's such an amazing person, and I really just didn't want to miss out on his birthday. So I sucked it up and I went, and I was a mess. I mean, they knew I had just gotten back from my trip, so I was very tired. So we had left shortly after a cake because we still had to go to my mom's and get Ella's crib and set that up. I still had to unpack. I still had so much to do, but I wanted to make sure that I saw him on a special day. So that's the first thing that happened when I got back. Wednesday was pretty laid back. I think I pretty much just cleaned the house. And then Thursday, which is my husband's day off, it was gorgeous outside. My car lease is actually almost up, so Thursday morning we had gone to a dealership trying to get ideas about what to do for a new car, but that didn't take too long, so we ended up going to the beach. So I got a couple of clips from that, so keep watching. So I know I've been taking this week off from vlogging because I had just gotten back to Georgia. I kind of just wanted to settle in. I'm actually thinking about filming like a all around like my Georgia trips type of video, just talk about like little details. But we just went to the beach. We're coming home from the beach. We decided to go get some dinner, and that's how I showed you like the sunset over there. It's so pretty.
So beautiful.
I did end up getting a new sweatshirt, this lifeguard sweatshirt, because I stole it was colder than we thought out here, so I stole his sweatshirt, so we bought this. It was only $25, which wasn't bad, and it did come with like a little lifeguard wristlet. I can't save anyone's life if you're drowning, but
Yeah, for real.
so that was a ton of fun. I obviously love spending my time with my husband when I get the time to, and my daughter loves the beach. I ended up also getting a sweatshirt while I was there because we didn't realize how chilly it would be. Like, it was a beautiful day, but it got really cold. So I stole my husband's sweatshirt, so I said, like, let's just go get me one so you can have yours back. And I ended up just getting this white lifeguard sweatshirt, but it does have a hood. Oh, and it says lifeguard on the top as well. Hopefully nobody confuses me for a real lifeguard because I ain't saving anybody. So we had gotten that, and then, you know, a couple days passed. I think it was on Friday. I think the day after, like, TJ's day off, he went back to work. So Friday, I wanted to do something with my daughter because, you know, I had been gone for that weekend and it was another beautiful day. So we ended up going to the zoo. Hi everybody. So today I figured it was a beautiful day. I wanted to go to the zoo with Ella. So we just got here. My phone is actually gonna die, so I'm not sure how much footage I'll be able to get. This is the same zoo that Ella and I come to like every year, so I know that I've had vlogs in the past showing this zoo. But of course, I wanted to show you guys again, but I'll show you what we can. Hi, how are you? Oh, we got a little monkey. Hi, monkey. Hey, where you going, girlfriend? You gotta stay with mom. Oh, I gotta fix your dress.
Yes.
We also got some lemurs over here. Are you enjoying? She seems to be really liking this. I'm glad we came today. Oh yeah. Oops. Probably not the most appropriate zoo outfit, but I'm wearing this dress from Forever. I'm going to work a little later today. I just wanted to spend the morning and the afternoon doing something fun because it's such a beautiful day. Oh, hi, baby goats. Oh, look how little. Oh my god. They're so cute.
Oh, hi, babies.
So I was able to maybe get like 3 animals in the footage from the zoo before my phone died, but that's okay. We didn't spend a ton of time there. We spent probably over an hour, but then it started raining, so we left. It worked out because she was asking to eat anyways, and originally we're gonna eat at the zoo, but I still think it's really early in the season, so not everything is open up yet, so like all the food places were still closed. So we're here now at one of my favorite restaurants. We just pulled in. She's still sleeping though, so I'm wondering if she'll wake up like right away or if I have to hold her for a little while I order, but either way, I know she'll be happy to get some food in her belly. What, baby?
Oh, socks.
Your socks?
Yes.
We don't have any socks, baby, because you're wearing sandals.
Socks.
You know what? He's gonna bring us some bread and some butter. And then Mama ordered you, menus are gone, but Mama ordered you some chicken fingers and french fries and some rice. Okay? Does that sound good? Did you have fun at the zoo? Did you have fun seeing all the animals? Oh, we don't need Peppa, baby girl. Then lunch was absolutely delicious. After dinner, we had gone to one of my favorite restaurants, and she was really good. And you guys actually got to see a new dress I purchased not too long ago, like that black one. Probably not the most appropriate one to wear to a zoo, but honestly, it was very comfortable and like really easy to breathe in. So maybe the style wasn't exactly fit for a zoo, but I was very comfortable. Then, I'm flipping through my vlog videos. Then, oh, okay. So, my mom had, you guys know last month was my birthday. My birthday was on May 31st, and my mom had a birthday card. My mom and my grandmother both gave me birthday cards a couple days after my birthday because I didn't see them until like the following weekend. And my grandmother, first of all, gave me $50, which I was able to buy a new foundation with, and I ended up getting this NARS one. It's an all-day luminous weightless foundation, and I literally just reviewed it today. So I know this video is coming up Monday. I'm not sure when this review video is coming up, but I know a lot of people are really excited for it, so I'll probably like bump it up on the list to be published. But yeah, thank you, Moomy, for that. That's what I call my grandmother, is Moomy. And then my mom actually surprised me with this, it's called Boston Green Cruises. It's not a cruise, but what it is I'm gonna have to read more into it, but there's like a little picture of these cruise ships at the Boston Harbor, and I think what you do is like these boats are either parked or maybe they like circle around and come back to the dock, but you have a dinner on the cruise ship. So my mom bought me, my husband and I, a dinner for 2 on a cruise ship in Boston, which I thought was, first of all, really unique, a very unique birthday gift. I've never gotten something like that before, and it's nothing that I've ever done before. My husband was really excited about it too, and I thanked my mom for this. So because we will have, you know, this date night in the works, I'm not sure when, but I'll definitely vlog when we go on this. I wanted to get like a nighttime cruise ship dinner outfit because I'm a girl and I feel like I need that. So I ended up ordering on Amazon, which is actually coming this week, so I don't have it to show you at the moment, but I'll show you a picture on my phone. And I do apologize because my phone is still cracked. I do have an upgrade coming next month, I think, but hopefully you'll be able to see it still. But this is the dress or like romper type of thing that I ordered. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that. So it's like almost a romper thing, but then it has two really long slits down the legs. And originally I didn't have any shoe. I actually got it in the yellow, and I got yellow because I don't buy a lot of yellow clothing, but I think it's such a fun color. So I think the options were between white, black, and yellow. So I ended up going with the bright color. But originally she actually has like a strappy pair of sandals on. So I was inspired by this picture. I wanted to get like strappy thigh-high sandals, and I'm still in the market for them. Like I would love to just have a pair in my collection. But when I was going to work yesterday, I just kind of wanted to poke in. I was gonna poke in to Windsor. I was gonna poke into Charlotte Russe just to see like what they had for shoes, because I didn't really want to order them online. But I went into Windsor and I found this gorgeous pair of shoes. You guys are not even ready for this. So I still, again, I'm gonna buy some strappy sandals in the future, but I think for this romper, the yellow romper I just showed you, we are gonna be wearing these shoes. Oh my goddess, look at these freaking shoes. So they're like rose gold. They straight up remind me of like Roman goddess. Like, do they not? Oh, I had just actually posted a picture this morning on my Instagram because I didn't really want to like spoil these. But if you do follow me on Instagram, you may have seen these already, but they're amazing. And I think I paid, they were originally $36.90, so $37 with a mall discount. Certain stores will give you 10% off unless they're a corporate, like Dunkin' Donuts won't. I think a lot of food places won't, but and I know like Forever 21 won't give you a mall discount, but Windsor does give you a discount. So I think I paid maybe $33 for them instead of $37. Oh my gosh, these are absolutely gorgeous. These are hands down one of the most gorgeous pairs of shoes. Are they practical? Absolutely not. Do I love them? Yes, I do. And that's why I bought them. So they each have 2 buckles on the side of them. So you just unbuckle these and then slip your foot in, and woo! To be honest, I actually love that they're closed in the back because I hate my feet. Like they're just very dry and cracked, so they're not very pretty in the summertime. So whenever I buy sandals, I always try to make sure I get like ones that have a back to it. But they're not going to be the most comfortable things, I can tell you right now, because they have no platform and they're a very skinny heel. If it had a chunky heel or at least a platform, at least that would give you some support. So I definitely know these shoes are going to kill me by the end of the night, but they are so worth it. All right, so let's stop gawking at these shoes because I think that is everything that I had to update you guys. When I showed you guys these shoes like in the mirror, I was actually at work, but I wanted to make sure I had a big mirror to show you guys. I know the lighting was terrible, but hopefully you kind of saw what they look like on as well. But anywho, that is all I have to show you and update you guys whatever you missed for the week that I wasn't vlogging, which wasn't much, but I thought I got a couple of cute clips here and there. So now I just kind of want to talk about my Georgia trip, or more specifically, my first casting call. I had vlogged while I was down in Georgia. I think vlogs, let me check actually. Vlogs, I still can't see, hang on. 36, 37, and 38 were all my Georgia trip, right? Yeah. Through 38. So those 3 days were just vlogging down in Georgia, and talk too much about the actual trip because whatever I really have to say you can already or have already seen for yourself. I more so want to talk about the stuff that I wasn't really able to film. So this was my very first casting call, and it was for an individual project. So it's not a union film. So what that means is that individual projects tend to be much more low budget, and that's why this project was not like, I was not paid for. None of the extras were paid for. I don't even know if the actors were paid, to be completely honest. I don't know. So this trip was specifically for experience, because the only experience that I have in the entertainment industry is, you know, doing YouTube for, I think we're coming up on our 7th year now. And other than that, now I have the Georgia experience under my belt, but other than that, it was just YouTube. So I'm like, how am I gonna go to any casting calls and they ask if I have any experience in the entertainment industry, and I say no. I've just been talking to myself in front of a camera for 6 years. Although that kind of worked with my very first casting call that I'm still waiting to hear back about, like the big one. I did tell them about YouTube and stuff, but I did end up emailing that casting director and saying like, hey, by the way, I'm off to Georgia to get more experience under my belt, just so they knew. So with no experience under my belt, I was honestly driving down there pretty much blind. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who I was gonna meet. I didn't know who was gonna be there. I knew nothing. I knew like the title of the movie, a tiny, I mean, I knew very little about the project, about like what the movie was about. Right this second, I don't even know if it's a movie that's ever gonna hit theater or just like go straight to DVD. I don't know any of that detail. This, again, was specifically to go down and get experience, and I am so glad I went. I was very nervous. I don't know if everyone knows this, but I had been traveling alone. If you watch those vlogs, you probably could tell. No one else was in my video, but I traveled alone, and I have never been that far from home alone before, and it was very scary because I was driving, and New Hampshire is up here and Georgia's down by Florida, so pretty much I drove down the east coast of the United States. So that was very scary. I ended up borrowing my mom's car because I knew it was really reliable, and I'm like, if I'm gonna be, you know, 1,200 miles away from home, like I need to be in a reliable vehicle, and I'm really glad I did because it made it there and back no problem. So when I finally got down there, I had left Friday morning at 8:30 in the morning. I was on the road, and I didn't get to like where I was staying in Georgia until 6 a.m. Saturday morning. So literally like 22 hours. All day Friday I was on the road, all Friday night I was on the road, and then early in Saturday morning I was still on the road. So by the time I got to the place, I was very tired, but at the same time I was really wired because the whole time driving I was trying to keep myself up. Going down, I didn't sleep once. I tried, but it was way too hot, so it was really uncomfortable, so I ended up just sucking it up, and I drove straight through, which is awful. I made a lot of stops for like food and the bathroom and gas, of course, but I tried not to stop. I tried not to stop until after New York. Big cities give me really bad anxiety, especially if I'm alone and don't know where I am. So I really tried to wait until like I got to like the countryside to make more stops. When I finally got down to where I was staying, I was utterly exhausted, but again, I was wired because, you know, for the past 22 hours, I was trying to not sleep. So when I finally was able to lie down, I wasn't even able to fall asleep right away. I was tossing and turning for maybe about an hour before I finally dozed off. And then I only dozed off for 2 hours. I could not sleep any more than that. So I got up, I got ready. That morning I had actually gotten ready in my car. I drove to where the studio was. The studio itself was 2 hours in Georgia from where I was staying in Georgia. So I didn't really want to be late on my first rehearsal day, so I ended up just, after I got ready, I drove to where the studio was, and we found a Hobby Lobby. We had found I found this place called Blue Moon Pizza, so I did a little bit of shopping, I did a little bit of eating, and then it was time to go to the studio. When I got to the studio, I got there about a half hour early, and the studio was big, but like there were a bunch of doors on the side. Like there was no like main entrance office, like it was literally just studios, and I didn't know which door to go through, so I kind of just sat down on the curb and like I emailed the director and I just said like, hey, I'm here, but I don't really know where to go. And another guy had ended up like pulling up and walking up to me, and was pretty much asking where to go to. Like, he was part of the movie as well. So we were kind of chit-chatting for a second, and then someone came out of studio door number 4 and like brought us in. So it was very scary walking into that room because it was like a whole bunch of people. Obviously, I did not know a single soul. You know, I kept saying hi to like kind of familiar faces, like through the email. You can see like a little profile picture. So if there's anyone I recognize, I was like, oh, hey, like, you know, I was trying to introduce myself, trying not to be totally introverted the way I am. And then the director came over and gave me a big hug. He's like, oh, you made it. Like, you came from so far and stuff. And, you know, so that first day, once like I started to kind of adjust a little bit, we ended up going into the back of the studio, which was almost like a big garage. It was just all concrete, and there was a door that led out to the back parking lot. But in that garage thing, they had a bunch of mats and stuff. So we ended up separating into 3 groups. We had the actors, we had the soldiers, and then we had the dabbers, which I was a dabber, and basically we're zombies. So we were separated into 3 groups so they could kind of see us more individually, and then we went and worked with a stunt coordinator, like 1 group at a time. So dabbers were at first, and they had us like kind of line up, like stagger a little bit, and they had us go through like punches and kicks. They basically wanted to see our form and see like who they wanted to use for what, for like, because we were stunt actors. Like, we did a lot of stunts. It wasn't just saying a couple lines, you know what I mean? It was like, it was really, really hard work. So once they had determined kind of like what your skill level was with like fighting and stuff, you know, they moved on to the next group, and they did this for all 3 groups. I will, because, you know what I mean, like if your group wasn't being worked with, there was only 2 stunt coordinators, so they could only do so much. So if your group specifically wasn't being worked with, there wasn't really a whole lot for you to do. So like people would just kind of sit around and talk, or like be on their phone or doing whatever. So eventually I was actually, they ended up starting to kind of pick us off individually. Like within the dabbers group, they'd be like, okay, let me take you and like make a fight scene out of you 2. So they would work with us actors individually, but I think I was one of the, maybe the last or like the second to last little group to be worked with. So originally I was supposed to be, they wanted to do a stunt with like 4 or 5 of us involved, but another actor had recommended that I come and work with him and another guy, and that's what you guys saw in the vlog, where they had like, the guy had like punched me in the face, I fell, and then like I got back up, I bit his leg, and then like I bit his neck, I killed him, and then like another guy comes behind me and grabs me by a neck and does like a body slam type of thing. So that's what we were working on. That was like at 8:30 at night. It was one of our last scenes that we were trying to get to. So after that, after we had pretty much, you know, worked out that scene, rehearsal was over, so I left about 9 o'clock. I ended up going to get dinner because I still, you know, had a 2-hour drive back to where I was staying. So I was really hungry. I ended up getting dinner at Denny's. I ended up working on the vlogs while I was at Denny's as well, to get some work done, to try to get ahead or try to keep up with my work at home. And then after that, I went home and I passed out. And even that night, I really didn't sleep well. I don't know if it was just because it wasn't my own bed or nerves or what it was, but I know I was very nervous for the next day, which was filming day. So I wake up. Now this day I had to be at the studio much sooner. On rehearsal day, I didn't have to be there till 4:30. On filming day, I had to be there at 10 a.m. Because they had to do like makeup and stuff. So I got there about 9:15. Again, I wanted to be early, but I also was just gonna do my makeup there. So I kind of went into like the auditioning room and sat in the corner and did my makeup on the floor. And then after I did my makeup, I went into the makeup room and they like kind of, you know, beat me up and stuff. And all of that again can be seen on my vlogs. They're labeled which day I'm talking about. So if you want to see more in detail, go refer to those videos. So after we're all done, there was a lot of waiting again. So we had our makeup on, but you know, they can only film so much at a time. I think they had 4 cameras, 2 GoPros, and then like 2 professional cameras, which were so cool to see, by the way. So there was just a lot of waiting. But eventually they took us Davers and the soldiers outside, and we did this like big scene where like there were cars parked and smoke and stuff, and we had to like run at the soldiers like we're attacking them. That was exhausting, extremely exhausting. So they had the soldiers like line up here with their guns, and then the Davers were over here, and we had to like run, like the soldiers kind of came and then like took a knee, so the Davers are running at them. And they had us do this scene like 6 or 7 times, and I thought I was straight up getting heat stroke because it was so hot and I was having such a hard time breathing. Like I was like I couldn't breathe because I was like running so much. Apparently I'm not very in shape as I thought. So like by the last time I was like, for the love of, like, just kill me. Like really just kill me and use me as a prop because I was in so much pain. But when I came home and I was telling my husband all this, he's like, I think they do that on purpose, where they have you like run and run and run and run, or like do the scene over and over, especially for zombie scenes, because like, I don't know if this was the case for the movie, but he said that like in other cases, like directors will have you do the scene over and over because they're trying to exhaust the actors, because an exhausted person looks more like a zombie than someone who's not exhausted. So again, I don't know if that's what they were doing specifically for this movie, but I think that's genius. I just wish I knew, because I thought they were trying to kill me. So we had that big scene, the big fight scene, and then we went back into that garage thing, which was much cooler inside, thank goodness. And we had a little bit of lunch, so they did provide us with a meal. And then pretty much we waited again. I was in one more scene, like the very last scene they shot for that day. So it was coming up about 8 o'clock at this point. So we were there from, you know, I think I left by 9. So we were there from like 10 to 9. So it was a long day, an 11-hour work day. And the last scene again was like a big fight scene and stuff. And I ended up having to like, there was a soldier shooting, but he didn't see me coming, so I had to like come from his side and take him down into a puddle and like feast on him. like that's the word that he used. He was like, just feast on me, and I'm like, okay. So it was incredibly awkward, and I was trying so hard to keep a straight face, but like, you know, I knew that this was important and that this was actually going to be in a movie, and I wanted this experience, so I wanted to take it very seriously. So I feasted on him. But honestly, it was an incredible experience, and I know some people have been asking me like, how do you get involved in casting calls? Like how do you, what's your first step? Literally Google it, you guys. Whatever area you're in, or like if you're around maybe even a big city, on Facebook, search pages, on Google, search casting calls in your area. You'll be surprised how many projects are going around your area that need extras, that, you know what I mean, need so many spots filled, and you'll be surprised how many people don't show up for these things. So people are always looking for more actors. And I say, honestly guys, like if you're taking acting seriously or whatever you're trying to pursue, don't let fear get in the way, because let me tell you, I was terrified to drive down by myself. I was terrified to be in a movie. I was terrified to meet new people. I didn't think I was good enough for any of this. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I went down pretty much blind. But it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had, and now I can say that, like, I've actually done that. And I can say that because I put my fear off to the side, because I wanted something more than I was afraid of it. So you guys know I always have your back, and I always try to support what you do, because I think dreams are really, really important to have, and it upsets me when people don't think that they can go and pursue them. So I won't be doing any more casting calls in like Georgia anytime soon, but I'm definitely gonna be looking for sure in Boston and Massachusetts, even New York, honestly, because that's only a 4-hour drive away. So even if I had to go down there just for like the day or whatever, that's, you know, feasible for me. So I am definitely gonna keep doing it, keep going, because one day I'm gonna hit one where it's, you know, gonna take off from me or, you know, lead me to new opportunities. You're not gonna go anywhere unless you move your feet. So just keep that in mind. But I have, oh my gosh, I know I vlogged, but I really wish you guys could have been there with me in person, because I can talk about it for as long as I want, but to actually live it was a whole nother ball game. It was incredible. But thank you guys so much, honestly. I personally wanted to thank you, because as scary as that trip was for me, I knew you guys had my back the whole way down, and I tried to live stream a little bit, and you know, I was checking my comments, and like as the vlogs got posted, I was, you know, checking into that, and you guys have always been from day one supportive of my hopes and dreams, as crazy as they may be. I'm kind of a crazy person. Like who just gets up and just drives 22 hours on, you know, a whim, basically. Like I didn't get paid for it. Even at one point, the stunt coordinator, he had to cancel a couple of scenes, and that's why like the scene that I rehearsed didn't make it into the movie. We didn't even film that scene. But he's like, you drove so far down here, like I'm getting you screen time. And I told him, I said, listen, like, don't stress out about me. I said, I'm not here for the screen time. I'm here for the experience. And I think he was really like thrown off by that. And it might sound stupid, but like I wasn't there to one day look at a movie and be like, oh, there I am, there I am, there I am. That'd be cool, but that's not what I was there for. Just know, you guys, like with anything that you do, you're not gonna start at the top, so you have to start somewhere. So if you gotta do something for no pay, if it was truly a passion, I don't think that would even be an issue. You know, obviously if it was costing you a ton of money to do it, but I had to spend a lot of money in gas money to get down there, and a lot of money in food, and you know, I didn't get to see my babies for 4 days, and that hurt a lot. So you know, you definitely got to make sacrifices for your dreams and stuff, and just keep that in mind. Your dreams aren't coming to you. You got to go out and chase them. You really do. So, you know, I hope this video entertained you guys. We're back up and running. I'm going to start daily vlogging again next week in a couple of days, so we'll be back to normal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so glad to be home, and again, thank you guys for being with me every step of the way. Alright, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!